everybody, welcome back. These are tales of a cheater exposed.
Isn't it amazing the things that we find out about our husbands once we file divorce? Take this picture, for instance. This right here is me and my ex-husband at a charity gala. This right here is a picture of my ex-husband's dating profile while we were still married. Notice how he scratched my face out of the picture?
Stop.
Oh, and did I also mention that his name is not Bradley, as the profile says? That's actually my dead nephew's name. No sooner did I file divorce, did a lovely woman from Norway reach out to my husband's first wife, Athena. She had some questions, things weren't adding up. Apparently, my husband was going by a fake name. He told her that he was a multi-millionaire who had homes all over the world, that he was actually looking for property in Norway and was going to move there. What else? Oh, and he has never been married nor had any children. Now, he also said that he was a psychologist. Let me just say, every single bit of it, all lies.
Wow.
100% all lies. So, when she reaches out to Athena, she shows her some interesting information. The woman from Norway explains to both of us that our ex-husband flew her from Norway to Los Angeles for a week getaway. He, of course, told me he was on a business trip. 3 days into the trip, he ghosts her. She wakes up, he's gone, and she doesn't know where he's at. He finally text messages her a couple days later and said it's his mom, and that he was in a car accident, was hit by a car, and was in a coma. He sends this picture, which she found out was a Google image, and it was actually a woman's arm. Oh, but it gets crazier. Then he sends her a FaceTime call, and he has himself all bandaged up with a Eeyore hospital gown to prove to her that he was indeed just coming out of a coma, when the truth was that he flew back to his wife, me, and then had to figure out how to backtrack and make this woman believe that he was dying, essentially.
Hang on. Hang the frick on. Okay, so pathological liar, clearly. This man is for the streets. Not even for the streets. I think the streets are in danger. I would not wish this man on the streets. Men do everything but tell the truth. Okay, I don't think it's gender specific, but a lot of men do anything but tell the truth. A lot. Not all men, just to keep everybody happy, but a lot of men do everything but tell the truth. The Eeyore hospital gown. Look at this Eeyore. Oh man, it looks like he's actually in a hospital though. Like, did he go to a hospital, stage this picture, pop some bandages on his head, just so that he wouldn't get caught in a lie? Be freaking for real. Who has the energy to do all of this? I need a solid nap daily just to survive. Period. I don't understand how people do this. Like, they literally I barely have the mental capacity to handle my own life, let alone an additional fake life. These band-aids are so bad. Like, brother. I don't call them X's, I call them Y's. That's crazy that you could even be married for a person that long and like not know, you know?
I didn't even want to do this, but I'm so tired of seeing men do the same and getting away with it over and over. And after he continued to lie in my face and finding out more about him, this is very much well deserved. So here's the tea. Some of you may know who I'm talking about, but Light Skin Marcus on Instagram or LSM Reckless on TikTok. So last month I flew to Florida to meet up with this man, right? We met off of TikTok/Instagram. And the trip was so fun. Like, he was so sweet to me. Like, I thought I knew what princess treatment was before meeting him, and he completely blew that out of the water. He asked me to be his girlfriend during the trip, and he was overly affectionate to me, super sweet. And after asking me, he sat me down to have an extensive conversation with me about how he would never cheat on me, never lie to me, never play with me, and he put that on his dead father. He brought me to his elderly grandmother's house and introduced me to her, both of his siblings, and his mom. When I left Tampa, he texted me every day. We talked on the phone most days, and he would send me, like, extremely sweet voice notes. About a week after I left, he kind of went MIA, which was the first big red flag. We barely texted for 3 days, but he popped in, like, once a day to text me and tell me that
Just
his
checking
grandmother
in.
had some crazy accident and that he had been staying in the hospital with her. He also went as far to say that she almost died, and I later found out that he was lying. His grandma never went to the hospital. Who the hell lies on their elderly
Oh,
grandparents?
dang. I would not put that kind of evil out into the world. Honestly, like... Let's not. Unless his grandmother's already dead, in which case, lie away.
About a week later, I was about to go to bed, and I called his phone, and 3 minutes later, another number from his city called me back and said, "Why are you calling my boyfriend's phone?" I said, I thought he was my man. But I explained to her that I was just with him, that I had met his family, and that he was supposed to be flying to Wisconsin to come see me within the next couple days. And she said that he told her he was going to Atlanta, so he's just spun in a web of lies.
Whoa!
I heard her start yelling at him, and then some scuffling, and all of a sudden the phone cut off, and I didn't hear from him for 3 days, even though I was blowing his phone the up. Finally, on the third day, he texted me, and he said something like, "I didn't lie, love." Like, sir, you lied about everything. We got on the phone, and he really wasn't giving me straight answers. He pulled the classic, "Oh, well, you already believe what you believe. I can't change your mind. It's like talking to a brick wall." Okay. He claims he has no idea how she got my number. And then he claimed that he didn't text me because he had lost his phone. And then when I said, "Well, why didn't you hit me from somebody else's phone?" he said because he went to jail for getting in a fight, which I later found out was because he was putting his hands on her. He said, "Baby, this is just something we're going to have to get past."
Oh,
And
yeah?
I said,
Yeah.
"It's not to get through. It is over with. We are done." And he hung up on me.
Well then, what is it? What is it? Is it just like you need validation? You just can't be alone, can ya? You just need that validation. You gotta lie and spin this web of just untruthfulness just because why? Because why? You can't handle just one girlfriend, you need 12? Honestly, if it's one thing that I've learned, if he's kind of sporadic with text messages, or like he kind of like love bombs you and then all of a sudden like pulls back, don't hear from him for a while, and then all of a sudden he comes back, it's cause he's 3 days one girl, 3 days another girl. He'll send like a nice little text to just like check in, just so you're still interested, but the entire time he's talking to other people. I'm just saying, from personal experience. If all of a sudden he pulls back, it's cause there's someone else, or in this case, multiple people. Honestly, I think that some people just think of dating as like a hobby. It's like a big game, like, ooh, what's gonna happen? But you know why? You know why they play that game? Because they don't think there's any consequences. Oh, there's a part 2.
I have had numerous women reach out to me in the last 24 hours saying that he did very similar things to them.
Wow.
And I did speak to somebody who he was previously in a relationship with. And I'm flabbergasted, okay? This man is a serial woman, right? And I was also told that he likes to get from the same gender, which is cool. Like, if you're homosexual, be homosexual. Like, wear your flag proudly.
He could be bi. He could be a little bi.
The whole hiding, creeping, sneaking, for what, baby? And he went on live today and was telling people to come give me a message that he is going to unalive me.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
Baby, you cannot afford to feed yourself. Although, prison's a good place for a man who wants to be around men.
She makes a valid point.
I thought. But anyways, I also realized recently that he bought all of his Instagram followers and likes. And they're all going down now because the bots are being removed. So that sucks. Thanks to y'all, lucky for him, his TikTok followers are going up. This is the most attention that he's ever gotten.
Which is what he wants.
And it turns out that the reason he has the car and the diamonds in his teeth is because he did an X-rated movie. Not from his modeling and definitely not from his music. And I heard from his girlfriend again today, and he told her that yesterday I texted him saying that I thought he was the one and begging him to get back together with me.
Right.
Do I look that dumb? Tell me, do I look that dumb?
No.
Like, I know I'm looking a little dumb from this whole situation, but I don't think I look that dumb. Come on. And he told her that the reason that I posted the TikTok was because he wouldn't engage and have conversation with me, which is false. To answer some of y'all questions, yes, I did pay for pretty much everything for that trip. Embarrassing, never again. Oh. I know. And to y'all saying city boys up, shut the up, because if you're gonna play with somebody, like, be a player for real. You don't need to lie and pretend to be something that you're
Period.
not.
Don't hit the player, hit the game.
How successful this man would be if he put as much energy into anything as he puts into his lies. But anyways, turns out everything he's said is a lie. He's not from New York. He lied about how his father passed away. His grandmother is not sick. Whatever. Y'all can think what you want about him. You can think what you want about me. But ladies, we deserve better. Don't let these men treat you less than you're worth. And don't stay with a man just because it's comfortable.
Period. And what she said about, don't hate the player, hate the game. There's lots of dudes out there that are very honest from the beginning about not wanting a relationship. They date multiple people at once, but at least they're honest about it. If you fall into that and you're okay with that, I've definitely fallen into it. I usually end up in love with them because they don't love me back. It's like you're a project. I can fix you. I can change him. No, you can't. You can't change him. You're still wonderful, bestie. You're still amazing, but you can't change him. Just be honest about it. You don't gotta lie about it. It's cause they want the girlfriend privileges without the girlfriend commitment. Wait, so he still has a girlfriend? It's that same girl? She stayed with him? Yes. Lord Almighty. Jesus, take the wheel. Prayers, sorrows, prayers. Please be careful, my darling. I agree. Be very, very careful. Some of what you said concerns me. Just a little bit.
Hi. So I guess I kind of need to readdress the video of the guy that was cheating on his wife that I went out with.
Okay.
Because it's resurfaced and it's popular again. So this actually happened back in December, and I had met him at Thanksgiving in an airport. The guy had no ring on.
Okay, so you didn't know.
He told me he was 42. He misspelled his last name. He ended up living in Tampa, and I live in Orlando. So he asked me if I'd go on a date. And we spent the next 10, 15 days, 20 days, whatever, talking on the phone, texting. I was really excited about this guy because I thought he was attractive. And he also is a biochemist, and I love smart guys. It's like a thing for me. So I was excited. It's not like you meet smart, cute guys all the time, right? So no offense, but it's the truth. Mm-hmm. And so I got my hopes up, got all dressed up, told my friends all the information I had about him before I went out with him. I could not find him on social media because I was trusting what he said. So I didn't have the correct information to even find him. And then I try not to think that guys are lying to me all the time. So I try not to be that suspicious. I mean, I guess I'll never do that again.
You gotta though.
I don't want to believe the worst about people, you know? And so it's not even really a good way to start a relationship.
There are literally criminals out there, girl. You gotta be doing background checks. And you too, you watching, you dating someone new, check him out. Do a background check. Can't find anything about him? Maybe he's using a fake name, which is a red flag. You gotta protect yourself.
So anyway, he started driving here. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away, depending on traffic. And I was already dressed and getting ready to leave to go meet him at the restaurant. And my friend texts me that he's married. And I went ahead and went. And you know what? It's because I had the balls to go confront this guy. It's not just because of his wife, and I'm standing up for her. I'm not trying to be a saint here, but he wasted my freaking time. He wasted my energy, my heart, my emotions, you know, and he deserved to be confronted. And anybody saying that I can't afford a steak on my own is being ridiculous. Look at the rest of my videos. If you guys have an issue with like buying a woman a steak, then you have far bigger issues than this guy has, you know, honestly, because it's really not that big a deal. I mean, I would buy you a steak, so whatever. It's just ridiculous how men treat women nowadays. Really, it's depressing.
It is. I always like to make things as fair as possible in my videos. I don't like to call out one gender too much or the other gender too much. Let's face it, I criticize everybody, including myself. But it really is rough out there, isn't it? The amount of wonderful women that I know that are treated poorly by men far outnumbers the number of men I know that are poorly treated by women. Not saying they don't exist. There are plenty of women who are for the streets, my friend. But it's just disheartening, you know? It is just really disheartening that we have to do background checks on people to make sure that they're not serial killers. It's scary. Like, literally, our lives are at stake. Caught my boyfriend of 6 years in a restaurant getting food with another girl today, so I confronted him. Enjoy. I guess this is the part 2, because we've seen part 1.
Did you eat yet?
Yeah, I ate a little bit ago.
Where'd you end up getting food from?
Just got takeout from Antonio's.
Oh. Who wanted to go there, Haley?
Who?
Hurry!
The girl you took out to Antonio's earlier today?
What are you talking about?
So you're gonna tell me that you have no idea who Haley is, no idea what I'm talking about, and you weren't with her today at Antonio's getting food?
I don't know which one of your friends you're listening to, but no, I don't know.
Okay,
He is
that
gaslighting
has nothing
her.
to do with any of my friends, as if I literally did not see you in there today.
Definitely didn't.
I definitely did, though. I definitely did. You can go f- yourself, honestly.
Baby, are you gonna believe what you see or what I tell you? Your eyes, they're lying to you. I'm not, though. I love it when it's like, okay, but I literally saw you. No, you didn't. You didn't. You didn't see anything. I did, though. Like, I used my eyes and I looked and I saw you with another girl. Why do they automatically bring our friend to the conversation? It's like,
Who told you that? Who told you that?
it's like they're more worried about figuring out who spilled the beans. It's kind of like they're trying to discredit the person responsible for telling you that. Except the person responsible in this case was her. She saw it with her own eyes. How are they gonna tell us what you are talking about as if you don't have eyes? Because didn't you know that you don't have eyes? You don't have eyes to see, babe. No eyes for you.
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Summer, why have you lived 1,000 lives? I'm going to say, because I have. So basically, I worked for a lift company, like elevators, yeah? So if you're stuck in a lift and you press the button, then I'd answer the phone and be like, keep calm, take a breath, do you know what I mean? So I worked in a big office of women, and there was like a different office, but still the same company upstairs. And a woman in my office, we'll call her Sally, she was having it off with one of the men upstairs, and they'd always sneak off to like out the back and kiss and cuddle and weird stuff like that. And she was married and so was he, so it was the office drama, right? It was the office talk, but it'd been going on for a while, and she was just talking about it openly, like she didn't give I don't know what she had kids and everything, but yeah, whatever. But basically, does anyone remember that prank call app where you can put anyone's number in and the app will call the person and you can select what prank call you want them to receive, and it's like different ones, like, oh, you're getting with my husband, what the hell, or like your car's been towed.
Oh, there's an app for that?
There's even an app for that.
And so I decided it'd be really funny if I did the cheating one on the woman that was getting with the man upstairs. I don't know why I thought that was funny. I was 20. And there was like 3 of us that knew about it in the office, and I was like, right, should I do it on her now? Or, like, should I do it on Sally? Because I'd done it to a few people, so it wasn't like I was singling her out. I just thought it would be funny. So anyway, we're all sitting there waiting for her to answer the call. She answers it, and obviously there's like a voice recording on the other end saying, who is this? I've seen your number on my husband's phone. And we're all watching Sally answer the phone and react to it, right? Because we're sitting right next to her in the office. So she's like, who is this? Who is this? Like, she's panicking. And I'm sniggering. I think it's hilarious. I'm, ha ha. Anyway, she gets off the phone and she's like, what the hell was that? Like, she's telling us about it, and we're all going, what? This is out of order, isn't it? Anyway, I ring her again. She answers it. Same conversation again. But this time she hangs up and she's starting to panic. Because she actually thinks that the man she's getting with's wife has found out about their cheating scandal. And she's contacted her. So she's panicking. She's ready to call the man upstairs or call him to come down so she can tell him that his wife knows.
Stop.
And I'm like, now I'm going to have to tell her that it's me. And she's going to say, what the... So anyway, I had to say it, didn't I? And I said, listen, Sally, stop. It's just a prank call, like... And she started crying.
Oh.
She started crying. I felt so bad. But obviously, I don't know. Do I feel bad?
I don't think
she
you
was
should.
Getting with someone's husband. She
I
was
don't
cheating.
think you should.
No, I do feel bad. But I actually think it made her realise what she was doing. Because she
Period.
burst into tears and she was like, guys, I'm not actually pissed off. I've just realised like how deep it is what I'm doing. She was like, so I need to stop. And we were like, oh God, this is much deeper than we thought it was going to be. But yeah, you're right, you should.
Yeah.
She stopped getting with him after that.
Wow.
So I basically saved her marriage and the man upstairs.
Wow, good for you, babe. Honestly. I mean, that was a blessing in disguise for her. I still think that her, like, husband should know, but I think that people do these things because they think that there's no consequences. And then once they're faced with the consequences, all of a sudden they feel bad. So you served her some consequences without actually serving her the consequences, you know what I'm saying? You're a national hero, in my opinion. Subscribe!